Hey, Avon team, how are you today? Good afternoon. As promised, today's Friday focus is going to cover some of the materials that I learned from boot camp when I went to Georgia, and there was just an elite few people who were chosen to learn some new different types of ways of running our Avon business. So I know it was a day and a half, so it was a lot of training. It was very intense. So anyway, that intense training, I want to try to bring to you some things that I've learned, but I know I cannot do it all in one video. So I will be just giving you, thank you, India. I got one person watching. Maybe everybody else will step in later, so that's all good. It's probably better that I only have one person watching because I'm kind of nervous about this one for some reason. I can tell you about products, I can share about other things, but this is new to me, and it's going to be new to you. And of course, some of the things that I will share, I realize I'm probably going to step on some toes. So, gosh. Anyway, I'm going to say it ahead of time. I love this team. I love everybody on this team. We all have great talents. We all have great abilities. And my sole focus and goal is to help you guys to learn what you need to learn and to, find the success that you want from your business. I am so sorry. I did not mean to start crying. Anyway, I know that what I'm going to share is probably some things you're going to go, what? Why are you saying that? I question some things too. But as I go through some of the different training things, I know you're going to wonder why. And you can choose not to do it. You can choose to simply ignore it, and that's fine. But I know that some of the things that Bob shared with us, and Shannon, and there was another girl, I think Christine was her name. But anyway, they all shared different things that were very helpful for running your own business. And one of the key things that I find that we all have a tendency to do, especially those of us who are trying to build a leadership team, we're trying to build a team of Avon to work with. Several of us have a tendency to walk up to people and just say, or people we know, it doesn't even have to be a cold contact, it could be somebody we know, but we have a tendency just to start asking, do you want to sell Avon? And honestly, we did a whole, oh my goodness me. I'm sorry, I'm sure you can hear that. My phone is ringing. I don't know how to unring it or set it so that it won't ring. Let it ring through, I'm sorry. I don't even know if you can hear me. Anyway, my daughter trying to reach me. I hope she is not relentless and tries to call me back. I'm so sorry. Anyway, gosh, that's one way to lose your train of thought. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so we have a tendency to, I'm messaging her really quick so she doesn't try to call me back. Call later. I'm so sorry. I don't know. That's children. They're relentless. Yes, that song is Remind Me Who I Am. I love that song. That is my ringtone. I didn't even know if you could hear that. Oh, no, I don't even know how this all stuff works. I'm so not a techie person. You made me laugh. Thank you, India. Okay, so I was saying, sales, we have a tendency to ask people if they want to sell Avon, and that's really it's a bad approach, because about probably maybe, if we're lucky, 20% of people that are populated on this earth, unless you're going to reach out to Mars or Venus or some other place. But here on this earth, there is probably 20% or less that would mark themselves as salesmen. And I would venture to say, if I took a poll on this recording or this video, a show of hands for everybody who says, yeah, I want to be a salesman. Yeah, I'm a salesperson. Yeah, I don't mind selling to people. We probably, if we took a poll out of all the people who are on our Avon team, some of you got in not because you said, oh yeah, I'm a salesperson. That wasn't your first thought. You initially probably looked at this, hopefully, you looked at this as a business opportunity. An opportunity to grow and an opportunity to find a way to diversify your income. So, and because of certain things with this business, its flexibility, the product, we have a great product and an affordable product. There's a few good reasons why people will join Avon, but it probably really isn't because they are salespeople. So when we go around saying, hey, do you want to sell Avon? Hey, join my team. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying join my team, with the exception of, I mean, you have a few people who are going to be in your corner. They're like your pally-wows. They're people that you're going to hang with and do things, and just because you're doing it, they'll do it. But ideally, just saying join my team, there's, you put it out there, but we got to give people a reason. Why do they want to join your team? So I'll cover that in another video. But the one thing I want everybody to stop saying, if you're just selling and you're selling your product and you're not doing any kind of recruiting, although I hate to say that if you feel like you're in that category and you're saying, well, I'm not signing anybody up, I'm only going to sell Avon, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because there's double the money, really triple the money, because we have an online store you could be selling on, and then your person-to-person contact where you sell with people, and then of course leadership. And leadership checks are huge. Huge, huge, huge. I have seen copies of Lisa Wilbur's checks. They are floating around out there on the internet. So I will do my homework, and I was thinking somewhere along the way we posted that somewhere on our page several months ago. But there's a lot of new people. So I'll have to see if I can find one of those. But if y'all don't believe me, there's money in leadership. There's definitely money in leadership. And here's the thing you have to think about. In sales, if something happens to you, heaven forbid, you become very ill, or a family member becomes very ill, you become the person who has to take care of that family member. There could be a lot of reasons. Maybe something happens, you're in a severe accident. I mean, I'm giving you like extremes here, but these things happen. Life happens. So, if those things happen, what happens to your sales business? If you think about it, it takes you going out, passing out books, talking to people, showing the product, demonstrating, leaving sample. It takes you to do those things. Who else is going to do that if you're not doing it? Nobody. So your own personal sales, yes, you can predict more. You have more control to some degree of what you're doing with your sales. But at the same time, it's a downfall, because you can only rely on you, and if something happens to you, then there could be trouble on the horizon. So we don't want that to happen to you. And by having a team, what you now create is a lot more energy. You have people that when you can't be working, other people are working. So if something's going on in my life or something's going on in somebody else's life, and heaven forbid these things happen, but you can't be working, you have to kind of take a sabbatical, but you've taken the time to plant some seeds, you've taken the time to share this opportunity with someone else, you've given that gift to other people and allowing them to make that decision for themselves. I don't know, I think we have a tendency also, with just that being said, we have a tendency to judge people. We talked about that at the boot camp thing, that you have a tendency to look at somebody and go, well, they're already successful, they don't need me, they don't need this business. We don't know what people are going through. We have no idea. There's so many people, and I can just say, because I know I've talked about this to some others, but we're putting on smiles, we're being happy, and really there's like stuff is happening because we all go through life. We can't get around that. So, that being said, don't rule anybody out. As I start sharing more of the stuff from boot camp, you're going to realize why I started this video saying what I'm saying, because you're going to have a tendency to want to say, well, not this person, not that person. I'll tell this person, but I'm not telling that person. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose. Let them choose for themselves. And it's okay if they say no, because they're not saying no to you. What they're saying no to is an opportunity. And no doesn't mean no forever. Sometimes no just means no for now, because timing is everything, and right now might not be a good time. So keep those things in mind. But as you're talking to people and those who are in leadership and are striving to get that $1,000 in that Rise Up program, I really want to encourage you guys a lot to make sure that we are not, as we talk to people, we're not saying, do you want to sell Avon? Because you just nicked a whole bunch of people off your list because they don't want to sell Avon. We're selling it and we're thinking, this is great. You don't know what you're missing. And they don't. What they don't know is what this business can offer them. Go back to the opportunity. What does this business offer to somebody? What you want to sell to people is the opportunity. What is the opportunity? What is Avon to you? That's what you need to be marketing. Not, do you want to sell Avon? Because nobody wants to sell anything in their right mind. I mean, I don't mind selling, and I can talk to people, and I've been told I could sell ice to an Eskimo, but does that mean I want to do it? Not necessarily. But I enjoy people. So you're going to have different people who get in, and I can already tell you, I've got probably, I don't know, at least 6, 7, 8 people who have gotten into this business who have shy bones. They are like, I'm doing this, but I'm really not sure why. So the whole point is, come back to that and encourage them. They don't know why. Well, okay, let's find your why. Why are you doing this business? So people need this business, not because they want to sell. People need this business because, 1, they need more time. 2, they need more money. 3, they need some security. There's all these things wrapped up that we don't understand. But if we can sell time back to somebody, we can sell job security back to somebody, we can sell an opportunity to be your own boss back to somebody. These are the things that you're trying to sell, not sell a product. So hopefully that helps you, but I'm going to cover the things that you're going to say, because he actually gave us word by word, and I have to either figure out I'm going to scan it or try and turn around and get it typed, or maybe if I take a picture of it, I guess I could take a picture of it and then post it down in the comments for you, so you could see the words word for word, and if you want to write it down. I know it's probably easier if it was in a file, right now I know I got baskets calling my name that haven't gotten made, and I know I won't have time to type it up, so I apologize for that right now, but at least you'll have something, and when as soon as I can get to that, or if there is somebody else on the team who is not in the midst of the busy basket making season and you have a moment that you're willing to type it up and do it in a Word, so that a word processor or whatever, and you're able to upload it into our files for the team, hey, have at it, because I will take any help I can get. And this helps the team. I'm telling you what I got to tell you, but I know that it's helpful to have things in print. So I'm going to share that with you so that you know exactly what to say. And then here's the other thing. Here's the one thing that this is my main thing I was going to share with you. Thank you, India. I appreciate you doing that. You're awesome. So India is going to type it for us. Oh, I know when you look at this, it's going to be backwards, but I will turn the phone around so you can see it the right way. This is income producing activities. And here's what I was really scared, because I was like, I'm going to say this and I'm going to step on some toes, but let me just be clear. When they talked to us about this at boot camp, there was a moan in the room from many people, because they all realized we all do this. We all do. And I've been in for 14 years, but there were people there who've been in longer than me. There was somebody there was been in for 25 years. There was somebody there who had only been in for a few months. There was a few people there who've been in for 2 or 3 years, 6 years, it varied. But across the board, we still heard people saying, I've been guilty of doing this. So I want to clear everyone's conscience, and I want to help you make your Avon business productive. So here's the tip that you've been waiting for all day. Income producing activities is what this is called. So if I were again to ask a raise of hands, how many people say, man, I work my Avon business, I'm working it hard every day, I'm out there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And sometimes you're not even out there. Some of us are kind of guilty of sitting in front of the computer and only doing, which is good. We need to be posting stuff to social media, sharing things on our pages to get the word out. We need to make some time in there, but we certainly have to limit ourselves. And I know I struggle, because that's just not where I'm at, because and they also taught us about different people and how they all respond to things, and I will cover that in another session. But let me just say that people are divided into two entities, basically. I'll explain more later, but we're divided into, you're either a task-oriented person or you're a people person. And I'm going to use an illustration of myself and my husband. He is task-oriented. I am a people person. When he wants to get something done, he is a list maker. He says he does it all. I mean, he just goes right on down. He gets it done. There's no doubt you're going to hand him something, he's going to get it done. Now, I'm a people person, so I don't want to let somebody down. So if I have a list of things that need to be done for people, I will put aside everything. If, for instance, my baskets, I have not done them yet. I've been putting them off because I've either been helping put out fires, representative calls and says they need help with something. I stop everything I'm doing to try to help. And that's not a bad thing necessarily, but for people like me who are not task-oriented, it is very easy to get sidetracked and derailed, and then feel like you've got nothing accomplished for the day. So for all you people out there who can relate to what I'm telling you, this could be very helpful for you. On the other hand, for all you task-oriented people, you'll find that this list is very easy for you, probably. On the other side of it, though, some of the tasks that are required do involve people because we're in a people business. Surprise! So it works together. It meshes together. And they did use an illustration of they used an illustration of like Susie, who is a more driven, task-oriented person. She's out raking her leaves, and the neighbor who comes by is a people person. She starts talking and trying to, discuss with Sally, who's raking her leaves, and Sally's thinking, will you just leave me alone and let me get my leaves raked so I can get this job done? Where that people person neighbor, if she was the one raking her leaves and the other lady comes by and happens to talk to her, she's going to drop her rake and sit and listen, and she's just going to say, so, how things going? Yeah. She's going to forget all about the work because that's not as important to her. The people are. So there you have it. There's just a small snippet of something that I learned while I was there, and I went, I had an aha moment. I'm like, no wonder I get nothing done. I get things done, but it drags on. So anyway, I hope these activities will help you. Income producing activity number 1. And you can write these down if you want. I'm gonna solicit some help. I think India will type both of these things up for me, and then they'll be posted later. So I appreciate that. The first one is 5 phone contacts. You get 1 point for each group of 5. So if 5 phone contacts, 1 point each. So the idea of this is that you're going to be scoring points for yourself throughout the day, and then a total of how many points for the week. And really, what you'll end up seeing, because at the bottom it tells you if you have 5 a week, if you desire part-time pay, you're going to end up with 5 points for the week. If 10 points a week, if you desire full-time pay. And if you get 20 points a week, you want to be a leader. You're serious about this business and you want to go somewhere. So I think this will be a real eye-opener for all of us, because when they talked about it, they said, how many of you feel like you're really busy working your Avon business? Of course, we all raise our hand. And would you say that you spend how many hours a day doing Avon? And then the reality was, he was asking specific questions about these things that I'm going to give you more points on. But that was he was like, most of the time what happens is we're busy thinking about it. So it feels like we've been doing Avon all day. It's been in my brain. I've been thinking about it. So therefore I must be doing it all day. But truly, if we don't have activity to back up our thoughts, then we're not really being that productive. So I want to lead you all into some productive working activities that will help you build your business. Okay, so number 1 was 5 phone contacts. That can be either 5 people that you call for leadership, where you're calling the person saying, trying to set up an appointment to get them signed up. Or it could be 5 phone contacts where you're following up. Maybe you have done an event and you need to call back some people, call back customers. Maybe it's before order goes in and you need to phone 5 people before order goes in so that you get results. So 5 phone contacts, you get 1 point for each group of 5. So if I were to call 10, I would get 2 points for that. If I called 15, I'd get 3 points for those phone calls. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Then the next one on the list is personal appointment. A personal appointment is anything that, and I may have to go back and look at his notes again to be sure I give you this right, and if I have to type in the comments, I will. But a personal appointment you get 3 points for. That is anything where you personally have reached out, maybe you're going to do a delivery for products. You're connecting with customers. So anytime there's a connecting with your customer, something you're doing personally to grow your business, and it is you and someone else, or even if it's maybe you're meeting with a downline member and you're helping them with something, personal appointments, okay? So that's 3 points if you do that. A recruiting appointment would be exactly as that sounds, that you get 3 points for a recruiting appointment. So if you contact somebody and you set up a meeting and or you get them to do it online, whichever, you don't have to do it face to face because we're now doing everything online. So if you get somebody to get their self signed into Avon, then you earn 3 points for that. Attend or lead a team meeting / training. So if you attend or lead a team meeting or training, yay, you earn 2 points for yourself. So there are some sales meetings that are going on. Avon has brought those back. So if those are available in your area, you will want to try to attend any of those meetings because they'll help you grow. You connect with other representatives who are doing stuff themselves. You get to ask, some of the very elite will show up to a meeting. So it's your chance to ask questions to them. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? I know one time I was recognized at the President's Club luncheon, this past one actually. They had me in our district as the top salesperson for online sales. And I had a few ladies come up to me afterwards and they're like, so how are you doing this online thing? I put stuff out there, but nobody orders from me. And then I explained to them that I use campaign mailer, that I follow up, and that I do put stuff out, but I feel like more of what makes it work is obviously the follow-up. So I send text messages, I send PMs to people on Facebook. I'm very specific and do it with intent. So, had I not been there and they told, that was, or I'm sorry, not me be there, but other people, if they were not there or didn't show up to that meeting, they would not have had a chance to ask that question. So by being at meetings, you get to see new product. There's a lot of good reasons to show up to a sales meeting. So 2 points for that. Outside sales, 2 points per $100 retail sale. Woo, that's encouraging. So your outside sales, if you get $100, every time you get $100. So if I had $200, I'd be putting down 4 points. If I had 200, 400. If I had $400, I'd be putting down 6 points. So that is outside sales. This is you marketing your products and selling them. So that's something we're already doing. So certainly we should all be getting points for that. And then keep growing that because, and if you're not doing anything with leadership, then you're really going to be trying to hit that one for points really hard. Then new team member without an order, you get 1 point. That basically means you've signed somebody up, you help them get in, but they never placed an order yet. So that's 1 point for getting them to do that. Then if you get a new team member with an order, you get 5 points. Woohoo! That's pretty exciting. So how do you get a new team member and get them to place their first order? We discussed that too. You're going to want to sit down with that person if they're local. If they're not, it's going to require reaching out to them and helping them get that first order in. So part of that is finding out what do they want from their business. But if they are serious about being an entrepreneur, not selling Avon, but they're serious about being an entrepreneur, the first thing anybody who starts their own business does is they're going to be loyal to themselves. I mean, that just makes sense. If I opened up a t-shirt business, I wouldn't go buy my t-shirts from Walmart and Target and Kmart and Walgreens, and I wouldn't be buying t-shirts from other places. I would be making my own and wearing my own t-shirts and advertising my own business, because if I wore someone else's t-shirt and I was out and about and somebody says, "Oh, cool t-shirt," and I'm like, "Thanks, got it at Walmart." Now, where did I just send those people? I just sent them to my competitor. That was, hello, don't shoot yourself in the foot. I mean, we got to be on track with this. So every new team member who comes in, we need to find a way to help them get through that first order. Part of it will be sitting down, finding out what do they need, and getting a list of, are you running out of shampoo? Are you running out of body lotion? Are you running out? How soon are you going to need deodorant? I mean, these are basic things. And we certainly hope everyone's wearing deodorant, for goodness sakes. And if they're not, you better encourage them to wear some, because they won't get very many people buying from them. They'll run away. Just kidding. Anyway, be on top of the game so your people can get those orders in. Then not only is it about having them do their part, but it's also about encouraging them to find those people. They need to make a list of who they know, because these are the first people who are going to buy from them. We also talked about that comes with the kit, the basic bundle that has the Skin So Soft in it. It's $30-something for $19.99, so it's a really great value. They were talking about how we can market that and help our new person to sell as many of those as possible. Kind of treating it like it's a fundraiser, if you will. They understand that some people, if they're asking people to let your customer know, I just started my own business. I'm really excited about it. Some of my core line products are in a sample kit, and I would really love for you to try that kit, and you can give me your opinion back on it. It is $19.99, but it's a value of $36 or whatever, the $39. I actually think it's $40. It's like $39.99 or something like that. So it's a value of $40, so it's half the price. So I'm excited to be able to offer it to you. It's only good for a certain short period of time while I'm getting started. So is this something that you would be willing to order and take advantage of and give me your feedback on it? And or if not, do you know somebody else who would? Just that easy. So you don't have to put pressure on that person to buy, but if it's not something for them or they're not willing to do it, it's the would you be willing to kind of thing. Okay, so this income producing activities, I will run through it right quick one more time. 5 phone contacts, 1 point for each group of 5. Personal appointments gives you 3 points. Recruiting appointments gives you 3 points. Attend or lead a team meeting or / training gives you 2 points. But so some of us do have some team members under us. So if you are, it doesn't matter if it's a team of 2. It doesn't matter if you said, I'm meeting with my 2 people today and I'm going to do training and help them. That's 2 points for you. Outside sales, you get 2 points per $100 retail sales. A new team member without an order earns you 1 point, and a new team member with an order earns you 5 points. So then you total it up, what you got for the week, and then at the very bottom, you're looking down here to find out, oh, I only had 5 for the week. I only want part-time pay. Nah, I don't want part-time pay. I need to work on this. I had 10 for the week. I desire full-time pay. And then the 20 is if you do 20 a week, you want to be a leader. So you are beyond full-time pay because, like I said, the leadership checks are pretty astounding. Molly Stonebib has shared some of hers. Milagros has shared some of hers. Lisa Wilbur has shared some of hers. Hers are mind blowing. Let me tell you, you were talking six figures. But anyway, so it can be done. And again, that just shows that this is a business opportunity. It's not about selling products, because if I just wanted to peddle something, I could probably make my own something and peddle it. But the way the dynamics are set up with our Avon business, it's an opportunity. So make sure we present it as such. Here are the words that you're going to say, the invitation formula. So write these down. We're going to get them reprinted or whatever, but you want to write this down. Once you're talking to people, and this is your warm market, these are people you know, you're going to reach out to those people. And when you reach out to them, whether it's through a text or, initially, you might text them, personal message them or whatever. Hey, Susie, when you get a minute, could you give me a call? Just that's it. Don't say nothing else. Just, hey, Susie, when you got a minute, could you give me a call? These are people who know you, okay? So now you're waiting for Susie to call you back. So when Susie calls you back, in the beginning, you're going to be in a hurry. Basically, in the beginning of the call, it's important to state the reason for your call and create a sense of urgency. So you can say, I know that we need to catch up, but there's a reason why I'm calling you. I have something I'm really excited about, and I thought of you. I have something I'd really like to get your opinion on. So one or the other. You can say, I'm really excited about, there's something I'm really excited about, and I thought of you. Or you can say, I have something I'd really like to get your opinion on. So depending on your posture, what you feel the connection is with the person that you're talking to, you can use either one of those settings. Then you want to share your personal story or / motivation for being involved with this business. So share your motivation for being involved with Avon without specifically mentioning Avon. Okay, this is where it gets crazy. That's the hardest thing. So like they had us do we had to basically say whatever if you were, okay, the best way to do this is just to tell you like my thing. I was an admin at a school, and I've been a secretary all my life. What I found in being a secretary was I started having to work longer hours, so I wanted more time with my family. I wasn't getting paid enough for all the hours that I was working, so I needed some additional income. As a result, I stumbled across a business opportunity that I was very excited about. And because of that, I don't know if it's something that would be for you, but I figured you came to mind. I thought of you. This is that part where he says, I have something I'm really excited about and thought of you. So going back to that, I was really excited about this opportunity, and so I thought of you because I realized that you were an admin as well, and I don't know if you're experiencing those same feelings that I was having, but if you are, this might be for you. So that kind of leads to some other things down at the bottom, but so he's asking us to say what we didn't like about our current job. So, okay, so share your motivation for being involved with Avon. So the reason why I chose this was because it was very flexible with my schedule. I could have a flexible schedule, and it has allowed many earning opportunities for me. I have gotten a few trips because I've earned some trips through Avon. That's the honest truth. I have. I've went on some. I earned a trip to Vegas. I earned a trip to on a boat. I went on a cruise. I've earned a few different things. So anyway, so you tell the reasons why or why you're being involved, and then you also talk about what you didn't like about your current job or career. And this is all without mentioning Avon. Then, how has the opportunity presented a solution to your problems? So that brings back to the okay. So this is why Avon. This is why I chose Avon. But again, I'm not saying the word Avon. I'm just saying what Avon has done for me. And what do you see happening for you in the future because of this opportunity? So that's another what is my future hold because of what this opportunity has for me. So I'm sharing about that too. So share your personal story, motivation for being involved with this business, but you're doing it without saying the word Avon. This is going to take some practice, folks, because it's taking me some practice. Okay, so then the next thing is you want to compliment your prospect. I'm calling you because I've always, and that might a little bit be out of order because I want to say that you would compliment your prospect before you actually share this thing about you with the business. So I thought of you. I'm really excited about an opportunity. I thought of you. And I'm calling because I've always admired how ambitious you are. They gave 3 different little scenarios. You think of something else if something pops into your head about a person. But, or you've always been such a good friend and supported me. Or you are one of the most hardworking people that I know. Those 3 things right there are people you are looking for. So off the top of your head, if you think of somebody that you've always admired who's ambitious, think of somebody that you've always been such a good friend with that's been very supportive of you, or think of somebody that you know is very hardworking, and you know that no matter what is presented to them, they put their mind to it, they do it, they get it done. Those are the people you want to talk to. And unfortunately, at the same time, those are most of the time the people that we avoid talking to. This is the hard part. Whew. Okay, I did good until this. A lot of my friends know that I sell Avon. So it's going to be harder for me to reach out to my warm market people. So I'm not going to be saying, for me to try and not say anything about Avon is going to be a little bit harder. So my approach is more going to have to be, so anybody who's been selling for a while and you watching this, then this is going to be more your approach. You're going to have to get their opinion on something. Avon is, as you know, I'm an Avon representative, and maybe it's somebody that you've already talked to. So my approach is not going to be so much me trying to avoid the whole Avon conversation as it is. As you know, I'm an Avon representative, and I realized at some point I've asked if you ever wanted to, join the team or do what I'm doing, or, I know that you've already told me you were not interested in that. But here's what I would, the last things at the bottom, he says these 3 phrases. It may or may not be for you. So don't matter who you're talking to, you can say those words, even if it's somebody you've talked to before. It may or may not be for you. But would you be open to watching a video or third-party information is what he's talking about, using tools that Avon supplies us to tell people about the business. And he has a video that Avon put out, and it's actually not the commercials. I was surprised. He gave us a different video to use with people. So I will post that video in our page too. That way, if you decide you want to use it and send it out to people in a chat or in an email, because you can copy the link and put it in an email, And then if you're using it on your phone, I believe you can copy the link and still send it in a text message. Some people, you just have to know if those people who are you're sending it to in a text, if they have that capability of opening it up or not when you send it. Otherwise, you kind of pointless to send it to them that way. You might need to ask what their email is because you got something you want to send them. So this phrase is at the bottom. It may or may not be for you. Would you be open to looking at some information that I have? And if I sent it to you, would you give me your, would you look at it and give me your opinion? And then from there, you can kind of take it away. So it may or may not be for you. First of all, by doing that, you're taking the pressure off that person. You're not making them feel like they have to tell you yes, or you're going to be mad if they say no, or that eliminates all that. It may or may not be for you. Would you be open to looking at some information that I have for you? If I sent it to you, would you look at it and give me your opinion? So those are the things he's encouraging us to do with our warm market people. And many of you are very new, and you can use these tactics very well. Even though I know people know that I sell Avon, I definitely can use the idea of Avon has done a lot of shifting and changing. I don't know if you have heard, but we were bought out by another company, and we're still Avon, but there's so many big changes going on. And if I sent you something, I was just wondering if you could give me your opinion on it, because we got all these new things going on, and I'm just wondering what you think. Or you can say to that person, I know some time ago we talked about you joining Avon, and I know you're not interested. So you kind of take it off the table for that person. And that's how you create curiosity. And that's what he's telling us. We want to create curiosity. So I know I talked to you at some point. I know you were not interested, but Avon is going through some changes. There's been some big things happening with my company. I'm really excited about it. But would you know somebody who might be able to use some extra income? Do you know anyone? And he said that once you start asking those questions, if the person just doesn't, and they just say, oh, no. Okay, that was their way of telling you, no, not me. And no, not no one I know. No. They're just not interested, and they're not going to tell you anybody who's interested. So move on. Don't worry about that. No, just move on. Okay, so next, the goal is to try to get through as many people as we can get through. So getting that exposure and just telling people and taking the pressure off of them. The big thing is that it may or may not be for you. That's huge, and he said that's huge. And I think I've played a couple of his videos where he might have even briefly talked about that. So all I'm doing is reiterating what he has said, but I realize some people have not taken the time to listen to his video, and I know that if I'm sharing something, you know that I'm sharing it for a reason. So here I am telling you the same thing Bob has said. But in my own words, I mean, he says it and he makes it sound so methodical and like it should be easy. And I don't know that I'm making it sound easy, but I'm being real with you. I know that, not that he's not. He tells it like it is too, but I'm just being real with you about the fact that I know it's not easy to make this change. But the idea behind it is that hopefully when you share this with people you know, and he says never abandon your warm market. So I think a lot of us talk to 3 or 4 or 5 people, and then when they don't, oh heavens, I'm being called again, but at least it's not by my daughter. I'm so sorry. There you go, let it play through. I'm sorry. I know if I hit dismiss, it'll mess up this whole video. Sorry. Okay, that's twice in one video. Anyway, remind me who I am. Remind me where I was. Scheduling, talking to people. Okay, warm market. Don't abandon your warm market. I tried that once, hitting the slide button, and it messed up the video, so now I'm afraid to touch it. It's my phone. That's probably how it should work. It's my phone. I'm just amazed it hadn't cut out on me yet. But anyway, this phone has fear. I told somebody that already. I think it was my daughter. My phone has fear. That false evidence appearing real. It doesn't want to work. It tells me it's at 0 when it's really at 49. It's a crazy thing. Anyway, okay, so when you're calling your people, do not abandon your warm market. I know where I was going with that. Your warm market people, we have a tendency to say we've talked to 4 or 5 people, they all weren't interested. So now I'm done. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to no more warm market people. I'm not talking to people I know they're not interested, and I'm tired of hearing no. But we have to grow a little bit thicker skin. We got to be willing to understand that no isn't no to you. It's no to the business, or it's no for now. So that's probably the bigger thing, is just understanding that no for now is not no forever, and you can easily come back to somebody. And yeah, really, we can come back to people, because I know I can say for a fact, I know somebody that I had constantly stayed in contact with for over a year, and that person got in, and she's awesome. She's amazing. I won't name any names, but she knows who she is. And I'm really proud of her. But anyway, yeah, keep it up. Don't give up on people. You just don't know what they're going through, and you don't know when they need you, and you don't know when the right timing is. So it's always okay to ask, and you might get no is for now. It's not forever. And I like there was some saying I think I put on our page some time ago about working with things, that life is, when somebody does something like that to you, it's just a bruise. When things happen like that and it gets you down, it's a bruise. Don't make it a tattoo. It's not permanent. Don't let things shake you up like that. So you're looking for and that all these people who do say no, they're just get your nose out of the way. Get your nose out of the way. Every time somebody says no, you're like, and they even said that at the thing. Somebody tells you no, say thank you. I was waiting for that today. You're going to blow them away. They're going to be like, what? You're waiting for me to tell you no? I don't understand. Okay, that's okay. You don't have to understand. I just know what I got a goal of, and I need to get me 5 no's today. So you're one of them. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Leave it at that. So anyway, there's your invitation formula. I'm going to send a copy, whatever. I'm going to take a picture, put it in the comment section. My good friend India is going to get these printed up so we can put them in the file. And I think I was going to just kind of close out with my November 19th thing is, I think I've showed you guys this book before, Inspiration. It's got daily doesn't take much to read. They're just quick little things. But this is one from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and I really like his stuff. I have a coffee mug that's got some of his sayings on it. But make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. I thought that was pretty cool. Make the most of yourself, for that's all there is of you. So I'm just encouraging you guys to make the most of yourself. Do what you got to do. There was a book. I did write that down. There was a book. There actually were several books that were mentioned, and I got to go back look through my notes. But I do want to encourage you guys to do some reading, and I know I'm not very good at reading. Sometimes I feel like I don't have time to read. I'm doing good to read my Bible and get my devotions done. So trying to make time to read, but they say a reader is a leader. And everybody I know who's in leadership, all these people in Avon that are doing really good, that's the truth. I know they're reading. So, and they're finding a way to do it, even though they're busy. Some of them are getting books on tape, books on CD, you know, or maybe downloading something where you can just click a button and it'll talk to you, tell you each chapter and what, you know, it's reading it to you. But if you're in the car and that's your best way of getting it done, I really encourage you guys to try to find the books and maybe get them downloaded or however you got to do it. But this one particular one, and I'll put a copy of what this little excerpt is, a girl from our team, she posted it in our page. She said, well, the book says, don't get me wrong, I appreciate events, because we're talking about doing different events, and that's kind of been a thing for us lately with the holidays. They can be effective catalysts, but if you want lasting improvement, if you want power, then rely on a process. Consider the difference between the two. An event encourages decisions, a process encourages development. An event motivates people, a process matures people. An event is a calendar issue, a process is a culture issue. An event challenges people, a process changes people. An event is easy, a process is difficult. And then it says, if I need to be inspired to take steps forward, then I'll attend an event. If I want to improve, then I'll engage in a process and I'll stick with it. What do kids do? So that's pretty mind-blowing. Anyway, that is out of the book, John Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So that's the name of the book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Something I'm looking at either going to buy or see if they have something where I can do something like online. I don't know, but that was enough. That little excerpt right there was enough for me to go, that sounds interesting. And the next part said that I can't see it because she only cropped it, but the phases of leadership growth, and there's something below that. So now she's piqued my curiosity, but that's the whole point in doing stuff like this. So I hope we've got some people curious. What else did Bob tell us at boot camp? He shared an awful lot of stuff, and so did a couple of other ladies. So I've got a lot more things to share with you. This is not the end. It is just the beginning. But take the journey with me, if you will. If you dare, take the challenge. I really encourage you all to, keep up doing what you're doing. You're doing great things. And I'm very proud of everyone on this team. But I certainly want to encourage you to start utilizing this point system in your business, because I think if you start calculating your points, or for any reason you feel like you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off and you're like, I'm doing Avon all day and I'm seeing no results. Maybe you're not seeing results for a reason. Maybe it's because you have a tendency to feel like if you're at your desk and you're busy, you're doing busy work, just filing papers and, all that other just stuff, paperwork, that doesn't make you money. Find somebody else to file your paperwork. My husband does my paperwork. I've asked him, he's good at it. That's his forte. He's task driven, so I've utilized having him help me. And maybe you have a child that's old enough to help file pay. Maybe they're organized and methodical. Maybe you've noticed that your 10-year-old plays with cars or plays with dolls or whatever, and he or she lines everything up. They like it to be perfect. They have utilize them too. They're that type of person. Even though they're young, start them helping, sorting, doing. It's things you can do. Things that are not making you money need to come out of your schedule. Minus the fact that you got your own personal stuff you have to take care of. We all have that, but I'm talking about the busy Avon stuff that we think we're doing, but we're really not doing. So let's make a plan for using this income producing activities. I'm going to make a copy or take a picture or whatever, put it in the comments. India's going to help us out, and she's going to have that typed up, so it will be in our files hopefully shortly, at least within the next several days. And then the invitation formula. I did a chop-up job of trying to share this with you, I'm sure, but when you read it, it'll probably make a lot more sense. So those two things are what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you found the video helpful. And there's just a lot of things that are going to be coming down the pike as to different ways of thinking. But right now, he's having us, and I'm just sharing this with you as my team, I'm probably not going to have any leads to share to anybody because he's having us work for the next 30 days on our warm market. So that pulls me out of the Alma leads and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to be signed into that. I'm not going to be getting any Alma stuff for the next 30 days. My goal is to work on warm market. So my goal is, if you're interested in growing your business, then you're going to want to reach out to me, or vice versa. If I already know that you're doing that, I'll reach out to you, and we will work that warm market for you together, because I want to be sure that you feel like you're comfortable with, well, you won't be comfortable. It won't be comfortable. I can tell you that. But I just want you to know that I'm beside you. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I want you to know that I'm working with you and I want to help you. So we can get through this together. So that's the main thing. I just want you to know we can work through it together. And if you need me, I'm here for you. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderfully fabulous Friday. I'm going to get off here and go make some baskets, and then you'll probably see a few pictures of some pretty baskets to give you ideas if you are working on baskets. But other than that, I'm going to try to steer clear of Facebook and being online the rest of the day. And I guess I should tell you all, I won't be around next week, the Thanksgiving holiday. So you're probably not going to see a whole lot of activity from me either come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. But I just wanted to let you know that. So if for some reason you don't get through to me, or you are trying to call me, my phone is acting wacky, honestly. So I'm just put that out there too. I apologize if you've tried to call me and I've missed you. So anyway, y'all have a good day. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend. And if I don't get to talk to you all before then, or see you, or however, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. And remember, we are highly blessed and favored. Have a good one. Bye-bye.